Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm going to be continuing my 2017 reading wrap-up with books 36 through 40. If you've missed any of my previous wrap-ups, they will all be linked down below in a playlist, and you can check them out at your leisure. But you guys know how this works, so let's get started. The 36th book that I read in 2017 is going to be This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I did a book review for this, which will be up in the card symbol if you want to know more of my thoughts. But this follows two characters, Kate and August. They live on opposite sides of V City, which is in this territory known as Verity. V City has been plagued with monsters, and the monsters are only created when acts of violence are committed. There are three different types of monsters. One is for just regular acts of violence, like beating someone up. The other is for singular acts of murders, and the other is for mass killings, and those are called the Tsunai. One of the main characters, August, is a Tsunai, and you follow Kate and August as they figure out that they have a wider scope and a better overall view of what is happening within their society. I really ended up enjoying this book. I found it extremely fast-paced and very compelling. I really liked all the musical aspects that are involved because the Tsunai kill people using music. I like the questions of what makes a human human and what makes a monster, but I didn't enjoy everything. It could at times be predictable, and I found the main girl character, Kate, to be annoying in terms of I couldn't understand why she was acting the way that she was acting and what her motivations for doing certain things would be. So I didn't connect with her character very much, and so I found reading about her more tedious than reading about August. There is actually no romance in here, which was a big plus for me. So we'll see what the second book has in store, but I ended up giving this first book 4 stars. The next book I finished is going to be Blackbirds by Chuck Wendig. This is the first book in the Miriam Black trilogy. I really enjoy Chuck Wendig's writing. I read his Heartlanders trilogy last year, I believe, and I really enjoyed it. It is the most unpredictable trilogy I've ever read in my whole life. I never knew where the story was going, and it could have gone in so many different directions at one time. This one was a little bit less unpredictable, but I really enjoyed the main character. She's very pessimistic and fatalistic, and she has a very negative outlook on life, obviously, because that's what pessimism is. But she's very honest and very consistent throughout the whole story. She is able to know exactly how and when someone is going to die when she touches their skin, and then it all changes when she touches someone's skin who she deems as a good person, and they are going to die in 1 month. And he says her name right before he dies, so she knows that she is going to be there when he dies, and then she has to figure out if fate is permanent or can you change certain things about your life. So I ended up giving this one 4 stars as well. I did a book review for this. It is up in the card symbol, and you can check it out if you want to know more of my thoughts. But yeah, enjoyed this one. I then read volumes 9 and 10 in the Death Note manga series by Tsugumi Ohba and Takeshi Obata. This one follows a guy named Light Yagami who finds something called the Death Note. When you write someone's name in the Death Note, that person dies. There are a bunch of different rules that come along with the Death Note, and it starts to get more and more complicated as the series goes along. The whole series is really about Light trying not to get caught with the Death Note and not get blamed for all of these killings that he has done. And it also follows all of these different other people that are trying to figure out who is killing all of these people and how to stop him. The series really got shook up in volume 7, and in volume 8 there are some new characters introduced. In volume 9 I kind of started to lose interest in the series. I felt like it was dragging on a bit longer than it should have, and I was really hoping that it would end soon, which it does end soon. There's only 2 more volumes after these ones, but I don't know, I wasn't compelled to keep reading. Then I read volume 10 because it's in the same bind up, and I really enjoyed the newest character that was introduced, and he really brought some freshness to the series that I was thinking that it was lacking. So I ended up giving volume 9 3 stars because it was my least favorite in the series so far, and I gave volume 10 4 stars because it really got me back into the series and will hopefully compel me to finish it up in the next coming weeks. If you want to know what some of the artwork looks like, it looks like this. And so far, I really do recommend Death Note. And the 40th thing that I read in 2017 is going to be Ninefox Gambit by Yoon Lee. I also did a book review for this, which will be up in the card symbol. I go into a lot of detail of trying to explain this world to you because this book has a very high learning curve. You're just dropped straight into the plot. It's a science fiction adult series that follows this girl who is tasked with retaking a fortress because the fortress is now filled with heretics. The way to become a heretic in this science fiction book is that you think about time in a different way than everyone else does. So there's the high calendar, which everyone in this society, the Hexarchate, follows, but if you start to think about time in a different way, you become a heretic and you start to throw wrenches in the way that the high calendar works. And because time has a real impact on things that are happening, because weapons will not work if you don't think about time in a certain way, that it's very important that everyone is on the same page and all follows the high calendar. Obviously there's a lot more going on other than that, and I really did enjoy a lot of the science fiction elements in this. I really enjoyed the time exploration and how that affects how things work and how people view certain things. I really liked learning about the society, the Hexarchate, and the different branches of the Hexarchate. There's 6, obviously, Hex. And how the Hexarchate used to be a Heptarchate, which kind of, you know, what's going on with that last branch that got destroyed because of heresy. All of those start to be answered in this book. It just took me too long to start to understand some of those things, and so I got very discouraged and I had a hard time in the first 200 pages, but once I got a firm enough grasp, I found it extremely entertaining, and I read the last 100 pages super quickly. So if I reread it, I would like it a little bit more, but as it is, I ended up giving it 3 stars. So those are the next 5 things that I read in 2017. Let me know down in the comments what you've been reading recently. Have you read any of the books that I've read? What were your thoughts on them? Anything you want me to know, leave it down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.